Hello everyone, it's Adam here. We have a video here for the AltRider headlight guard installation. Those of you who watched my videos in the past know that this is actually weird because before this I had a headlight guard, and it was this one here, the Wild at Heart headlight guard. So here it is. If anyone wants it, you can buy it from me. Just send me a message or comment below and I'll reach out to you. It's really easy to do actually. On the sides you have these. And then on the front top you have these. They are T something, 220, 215, so you've got your top mounts right here. And then on the sides you have, right here on the side, it's the hole right there. That's where your sides go in. Really easy to install. Why am I switching to the AltRider guard, headlight guard? Well, I'm going to show you actually. I think the AltRider, it sits closer to the light, which I like a lot. It also follows this curvature really nice, where the Wild at Heart kind of went at hard angles. But also, if you look at the actual guard itself, the AltRider has this awesome, albeit thinner, pattern, but it's nice mesh. I like it a lot. Wild at Heart is a lot more rugged, thicker than the AltRider. Look at these guys side by side. I mean, the thickness is huge difference there in thickness. But the AltRider sits closer, it hugs the lines a lot nicer, and it has smaller wires. So I think it'll look nicer on the bike. That's all. Oh, and you can pull this off and put on the polycarbonate cover. So when you're not wanting to have a mesh-looking headlight when you're riding at night and see the mesh lines, you can yank this right off and stick on the polycarbonate holder, which is the biggest reason I'm doing this, because I have the mesh and the polycarbonate in stock. So I'll alternate between them. Polycarbonate for road trips, mesh for off-roading, basically. Okay, let's get started. So far, off to a good start. We've got these four rubber grommets that are placed into the AltRider support. This is the grommets that the ball joints are going to go to. And the ball joints are going to be fixed into this here. It's actually really hard to screw up the orientation here, because if you put this in place, it fits in nicely this direction. When you flip it over, it does not fit in. See how the bottom there hits there? So easy to get that right, where the pointy up part is sticking up, and then you've got the ball washers, or ball grommets they call them, installed into the place, or the rubber installed in the place where the ball washers that are affixed here go through. So let's go ahead and get those installed, and then I'll kind of show you the orientation of that. So mine only had 2 washers instead of 4. So look at the diagram here, it shows a washer actually, but that's also for the Lexon polycarbonate sort of lens. So it's possible that this will come with the polycarbonate lens when you order that with just the mesh. It appears that all you have here is the bolt. It's like a T30 or T25, and then the ball in the back. They say use Loctite, and I highly recommend it actually, because it's such a, there's not any sort of spacer in there or rubber washer that kind of adds friction, or some kind of a locking washer. It's just metal on plastic on metal. So Loctite, let that sit overnight before you really start hammering on it. It's probably a good idea, because it's really a thin, small bolts. They're really short. So I kind of wish they'd use long ones for this. Okay, next up we've got these little hat washers right here. We're going to drop those into these holes. You can see them there, right underneath the black plastic. So AltRider says you can move that back a little bit. I'm not going to take that approach. I'm actually going to do it the proper way, which is going to be to unhook these 2 here, and also unhooking some of the under fairings. That way I can pull this plastic back a little bit more and actually get to that a much nicer way. Okay, so now we have these in place. Got a little bummed actually, because I've seen a lot of pictures with the A present on both sides. The A is only present on the driver's side. The other side just has a little square notch here, but this is in, just like that. It's sitting on top of the little spacers that were put down below there. And look how close this is compared to the Wild at Heart. I mean, it's very close, which I prefer. I didn't like the Wild at Heart stuck out to here. I like that this one is a little bit closer. So there's the Wild at Heart. This one's here, a little closer to the light guard. It looks like it's more built for the bike as opposed to just bolted on in a welding shop, and that's just it's all aesthetics really. The Wild at Heart's much stronger, I would say, than this. But let's push forward. Next step is going to be reaffixing the OEM T25 bolts up here that you took out Make sure you still have that clear plastic guard installed. You can see it shot. A little clear plastic down on T25, that goes back in. And then we'll continue on with mounting at the bottom here. Alright, next we have these caps with the metal spacers. Those are going to go underneath. I don't know if I can actually show this to you or not. Let's see here. Underneath here, basically where the bottom of the AltRider thing plugs into, there are the holes, and I can't really show you too easily. Basically, you come in from the bottom to hook into those. So you're going through the bottom with the cap bolts and the silver metal spacers into the little shoulder joints that we put down there earlier, through the bottom of the AltRider headlight brackets, which are threaded, so you can come in from the bottom. So that's kind of nice. And it, just, you know, I would recommend putting an LED light down in the hole from the top down, so you can kind of see where when you've lined up the hole with the brackets. Okay, so here we are. These are back repurposed. The T25 OEMs are back on. You get this a chug. It's not moving anywhere. You've got underneath here. Let's see if I can see this. Underneath you have, where is it? There it is. Here on this side right there. This side here. This is the spacer or nut going up. On the other side, same situation, going up. So everything is as it should be in place. Now we're just going to pop. Hey, Porter. Porter's making an appearance today. This LX10 really focuses slowly. So I'm just going to pop this on and see how it fits. May require 2 hands. There you have it. So a lot weaker than the Wild at Heart. I mean, it moves a lot. So if something hits it, it's going to bend in a little bit. And as you look here, look at this screw over here. When I hit this in, that's putting a lot of pressure on that little screw there. So, heck, that situation may not last. You know, Loctited it down. You know, I think aesthetically, I like the way this looks on the bike. Much more than the Wild at Heart. You know, I think that the lines as it comes off and then down, it's much more refined. It's closer to the LED headlight, less obtrusive. And then I'll use the plastic one for touring, and this will be my daily one because I don't really care about. I don't ride that much at night during the week. And if I'm taking a long road trip, I'll just yank this off and throw the clear plastic one on. But this is my main headlight guard. I'm pretty happy with it. I think the Wild at Heart is better built. I think if you want a rugged guard, the Wild at Heart's going to be the one that you want. And because if you look at this compared to, you know, see this bend here, this flex there. Look at the Wild at Heart here. This thing is going nowhere. I mean, it is hard and heavy duty. Instead of hooking into the lower part of the frame, it actually comes back and hooks into the back of the headlamp, which I find interesting. And actually, in fact, because I removed this, I've got a couple of OEM bolts because I need to reinstall a bolt right here that holds all the console in behind the turn signals. But other than that, nice installation. I prefer the AltRider look. I really, really do. I think it's a much nicer looking bit of gear. Matches the styling of the bike. Is it more reliable? We'll see. I might hang on to the Wild at Heart for a while just to make sure I'm happy with this one. But installation was definitely a cinch. Okay, guys. Thanks for watching.